Przemysl I was a Duke of Greater Poland, Duke of Poznań and Gniezno during 1247 to 1249, Duke of Poznań and Kalisz during 1249 to 1250, sole Duke of Greater Poland during 1250 to 1253 and Duke of Poznań from 1253 until his death. He was the eldest son of Władysław Odonic, Duke of Greater Poland, by his wife Hedwig, who was likely the daughter of Duke Mestwin I of Pomerania, or a member of the Premyslid dynasty. The numeral primus was given to him in the almost contemporary Chronicle of Greater Poland. Duke Władysław Odonic ordered that his son be given a comprehensive education, as attested in the Chronicle. Young Przemysl was able to read Latin psalms with ease. Life and rule. Beginning of his government, Przemysl first appears in official documents signed by his father from 1232 onward, and after Władysław Odonic's death on 5 June 1239 he began his own rule, during the time of fragmentation of Poland. 2 years later, Przemysl approved his younger brother Bolesław the Pious as an official co-ruler, but this was a formality. In reality, Przemysl reigned alone. The principality inherited from his father was composed of northern Greater Poland, which included Ushi and Nakło. Subsequently he strove to recover the remaining part of Greater Poland. In 1241, after the death of Silesian Duke Henry II the Pious at the Battle of Legnica, Przemysl recovered Poznań and Gniezno, and subsequently managed to conquer also the parts of Greater Poland previously controlled by Dukes of Silesia. Reconquest of lost lands. In 1242 Przemysl I reconquered Zbyszyn and Miedzierzyk from Bolesław II to the Bull. The presence of Przemysl in Silesia forced the intervention of Duke Świętoполk II of Pomerania, who captured Nakło. However, Przemysl quickly took back the control of the district from the Pomeranian ruler. Despite his success, Przemysl sought to end his disputes with the Silesian Piasts, and in 1244 he married Bolesław I's sister Elizabeth, at the monastery in Trzebnica. Contrary to his plans, this marriage did not calm the situation on the Silesian Greater Poland border, but it did allow Przemysl to recover Kalisz from Duke Władysław of Opole. He failed, however, in his attempt to recover Wielin, which was only annexed to Greater Poland in 1249. The actions against the sons of Henry II the Pious were completed in 1247 when Santok was recovered. War in Greater Poland against the opposition, fight with the Silesian Piasts. In 1247 Przemysl I was forced by the local knights to give his brother Bolesław the district of Kalisz as a separated duchy, but in foreign policy he retained full authority over Greater Poland. It was not the final division. A year later, the ruler of Greater Poland crushed the opposition by imprisoning its leaders, the Castellan of Poznań Thomas of Nalexo and his sons. Przemysl I released them in 1250, when he was involved in the conflict between Bolesław II the Bald and his brother Conrad. The intervention of the Greater Poland Duke helped Conrad to obtain the district of Głogów as his own independent duchy. In 1249 Przemysl I exchanged again territories with his brother, giving him Gniezno and becoming Duke of Poznań and Kalisz. In 1250, for unknown reasons, Przemysl had Bolesław arrested, becoming in this way the sole ruler of Greater Poland. Only at Easter of 1253, after the church intervention, the brothers were finally reconciled and Bolesław received the Duchy of Kalisz-Gniezno. During the first half of the 13th century, Przemysl I promoted a more peaceful policy, working closely with his brother-in-law Conrad I of Glogau and giving his sister Euphemia in marriage to Duke Władysław of Opole. Also, he received the help of his brother Boleslaw with troops against Duke Casimir I of Kuyavia for the possession of Ladska. In 1254 he organized an armed expedition against Henry III the White, destroying part of the bishopric of Wrocław goods, for which Przemysl I was excommunicated, and the penalty was only removed after the Greater Poland.Duke repaired the damages in the church states. The next campaign against Henry III was launched in September of the same year, but this time the joint expedition of Przemysl I, his brother Boleslaw and Conrad I of Glogau avoided damages of church goods. War against Brandenburgian expansion. In foreign policy, Przemysl I's main concern was the expansionism of the House of Ascania, rulers of the Margraviate of Brandenburg. Although he stopped the advance of Brandenburg's troops into his domains, the situation remained tense on the Brandenburg border. To address this problem, between 1254 to 1255 Przemysl I tried to establish warmer relations with Brandenburg through the betrothal of his eldest daughter Constance with Conrad, son of John I, Margrave of Brandenburg. However, this strategy ultimately backfired politically, as the House of Ascania used the marriage to claim rights over the western region of Greater Poland. Poznan, capital of Greater Poland. In 1253 Przemysl I chose as his capital the city of Poznan, situated on the left bank of the Warta River. He also began the building of the royal castle on the hill overlooking the town. Religious policy. The political line of Przemysl was based on closer cooperation with the church, which caused the opposition of the knighthood. In 1244 local knights rebelled against him and tried to abolish the judicial and tax immunity gained by the bishops from Władysław Odonic. Przemysl initially accepted the request, but in 1252 he re-established the former privilege, and even expanded them even further. Despite periodic troubles with his lay subjects, Przemysl I had the support of a large group of trusted advisors, such as the governor of Poznan Przed Pelkwij, the castellan of Poznan Boguchwal, the judge Domarad Grimelita, and the master of the hunt Pakoslaw Odonic. On 8 May 1254 Przemysl took part in the National Congress of Pist princes at Krakow, which convened for the canonization of Saint Stanislaus. Among the princes who participated were his brother Boleslaw, Casimir I of Kuyavia, Siemowit of Masovia, Władysław of Opole, and the host, Boleslaw the Chaste. The establishment of friendly contacts with his relatives proved useful 1 year later, when Duke Mestwin II of Pomerania captured the district of Naklo. After the following war, Przemysl was only able to recover Naklo after paying 500 pieces of silver in 1256. Death. Przemysl I died in Poznan on 4 June 1257 and was buried in the Warel Cathedral. The head was displayed in the vault of the Church of Holiest Heart of Jesus and Mother of God of Consolation in Poznan. A painting in the Historical Museum of Poznan City Hall is believed to be Przemysl I's portrait, but this has been questioned by art historians. Marriage and children. In 1244 Przemysl I married with Elizabeth, daughter of Henry II the Pious, Duke of Wrocław. They had 5 children. Constance married in 1260 to Conrad, Margrave of Brandenburg-Stendal. Euphrosyne, abbess of St. Clara in Trzebnica. Anna, abbess at Owinska. Euphemia, twin of Anna, a nun at St. Clara, Wrocław. Przemysl II. At the time of Przemysl I's death, his wife was 5 months pregnant with their last child. His brother Boleslaw took over the government of all his domains. After his birth, young Przemysl II remained under the tutelage of his uncle until 1273, when he received Poznan as his own district. Eventually, Przemysl II inherited the whole of Greater Poland after his uncle's death in 1279, subsequently becoming King of Poland in 1295. With his death 1 year later, the Greater Poland line of the Premyslid dynasty was ended.